There's nothing affordable in Timonium. That's something I hear all the time. Well, today I'm going to show you something that's under 500,000, 3 beds, 2 full baths, that is completely affordable. And it's in some of the highest rated school districts according to greaterschools.org. Let's check it out. Today we are in Timonium and we're going to show you what you can get for under 500,000, believe it or not, in the Timonium area. Now, this is one of the more prominent and older neighborhoods in the Timonium area. It feeds into some of the better schools according to greaterschools.org, and it's usually really popular. So today, let's take a look at this 3-bed, 2 full bath rancher here in the heart of Timonium. As always, we're gonna go through the home. I'm gonna show you what I like, what I don't like, of course, which is probably maybe the more important thing, but show you what the value you're getting here in Timonium. It's very hard to find a home that's under 500,000 that actually has some updates to it and is actually livable. If you come across something in Timonium, it's either going to be a very small, outdated townhome, usually under 500,000. Very seldom do you see something that, this is a rancher, right? So if you like first floor living, that's going to be great. But it's very seldom that you actually experience or come across something like this in this area. So we come into the front door here, you can see this is the living space and then how it opens up to the rest of the home. So it's a pretty open floor plan, and the good news is it does have natural hardwood floors. So you don't have to worry about that janky laminate flooring or any of that manufactured stuff. It's all gonna be hardwoods throughout this home. One thing that I specifically like about this home is how open it is, right? Behind me, we do have the TV, so it's almost like you're looking at me through the TV. However, it gives you the ability to not only set it up kind of like this with the TV there, right at you, but it gives you the ability to maybe put it here or put it in the corner or this corner. So it doesn't limit you to the functionality, which is probably the most important thing when looking for a home, is how does the home function for me and my family, right? Because it may look great, it looks great now, looks great on pictures, looks great on video. However, it doesn't even make sense for me and my family when we're moving in, living our day-to-day lives. This, I think it does. It gives you a lot of flexibility, a lot of different options. So let's head over to the dining area and the kitchen, and be sure to stick around at the end because the sunroom is probably the best part.
Thinking about relocating to Baltimore? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it all down below.
From top employers to best hospitals and a boatload of other things, all the stuff you'll need to know before making the move to in and around Baltimore. The best part, this guide is entirely free. Just click the link in the description at the top pinned comment. Hope this helps. So the kitchen and dining area is probably the part of the home that leaves the most to be desired, right? It's kind of catty-cornered here into the side of the home, the back of the home. So it doesn't give you the ability to have maybe the largest dining room table, but it's plenty adequate. You can definitely fit at least 4 people here, with potentially more, depending on the size of your family, of course. So, but if it's just you and maybe a partner, then there's more than enough room for you guys to spread out and have a nice dinner. Now, after that, we talk about coming into the kitchen, right? So I'm gonna come through this doorway here, and now we're in the kitchen. Look, it is not the biggest kitchen in the world. However, it's extremely functional. So it's catty-cornered here. You have a nice window to the back of the yard, but then you also have here kitchen island, almost like a breakfast bar, which gives you some seating as well. So there's that, but also just additional counter space. So if you're preparing food here in the back behind me, it does give you the ability right here to prepare and set some things out as you make, you know, your lunch or your dinner, etc. So, is it the biggest kitchen in the world? No. Is it nicely updated with some granite countertops? Yes. Some new hardware, etc. Yes. It does actually flow right into the dining area, which is, you know, you don't have to walk through a room to get to the dining area, which is nice. And then you can still actually see your TV as you make dinner if you do have it on the wall, as we do have it out there. So, is it the biggest? Is it the best? Not necessarily. Is it functional? Yes, which is probably, again, the most important thing here. Now, let's take a look at the bedrooms. Okay, so here is basically your primary bedroom. You'll notice that each of the bedrooms, they look kind of exactly the same. This is the primary because it's closest to the bathroom, so there's that. But also, this home is from the 50s. So the style in which these were built is much different than the styles that were built in the 70s, the 80s, the 2000s, and obviously today. So it's more of a I guess, traditional or old school type of layout, but the rooms are still plenty big. So this is obviously a queen bed. You definitely have room for a king. And then you can definitely put a dresser in here. So, I mean, you know, what else do you really need? You can definitely have a king with nightstands. If there's something else that you need other than that, and then there's a nice closet there, hey, I don't know what to tell you. Well, let's check out this other room. And again, basically the same thing, right? Same exact layout, same closet. I guess maybe a little less wall space. So, and maybe a little smaller. So, and again, this is not the primary either, but does give you the ability to put at least a queen size bed in here, which is really all that matters. If you wanted bunk beds for some kids, you'd have plenty of room to do that. So it just depends, again, on the functionality of the home for you. And then here in this third bedroom, this is probably what I would call either an office or a nursery, just because it's the smallest room, right? It doesn't give you a ton to work with. It's maybe more for like a twin bed. You could probably fit a full-size bed in here, but outside of that, you're really getting tight. But again, it just depends if this is something that would be functional for you and your family, how large your family is. And here I'm in the bathroom. So what you will notice, and this may or may not be a breaker for you, there's one full bathroom here on the main level, okay? It is a full bathroom. It's nicely updated, right? Some updates. You may consider some new tile on the floor. However, if a one bathroom situation on the main level or where the bedrooms are is a deal breaker for you, then this may not be it. But if this functions for you and your family or yourself, if you're just a single person, then it would work. The tub is nicely updated. The vanity is nicely updated. It's pretty large in here. It's bright. Can't ask for a lot more, but it does only have one up here. The next one is in the basement.
Hey guys, it's Kelly. I'm here with Mike as well. And as much as I love making these videos, there's one thing I love even more, and that's helping families and people from all across the country make a move here to Baltimore. I moved here about 20 years ago and I've never looked back. I love helping countless families make the move as well. So whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen, and I've linked the description in case you missed the on-screen pop-up. Look forward to helping you and your family make the move to Baltimore.
Now we are in the basement. This is probably the largest space in this entire home, obviously, because it's basically the entire length of the home, as we saw upstairs, but just cleared out. So it gives you a ton of ability to do a lot of different activities. If you want to have, you know, all the bookcases that are built in, you want to have an entertainment area, make it a playroom, make it an office, make it another bedroom, by putting up a wall. You can do all those types of things. So the functionality and flexibility that this basement gives you could be an option for you, especially since we are under $500,000 in Timonium, Maryland. It's hard to do. It's very hard to do, especially with a large open space like this, large basement. It does have the bathroom that I talked about, so let's take a look at that. This is really a nice solid bathroom. You don't have a lack of space in here. It's probably actually even larger than the one upstairs. You do have a shower here, which is just a shower, not a tub. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. Like, so if you wanted to live down here, or you maybe have a teenager that wants to be away and live in the basement, hey, look, they got their own bathroom. So it does give you a ton of functionality here in this basement. And then last but not least, which is probably the most important to functionality in a home, is the storage area. So you may have thought previously that, hey, that's all of the space I have in the basement. Where am I gonna put all my stuff? Well, the good news is I have a huge storage area here with updated hot water heater and HVAC, but it gives you a ton of flexibility. We have another fridge, you have a working counter, tons of space to put anything that you need here in your basement as you see fit. There's always the problem of, hey, look, I'm moving, especially if I'm downsizing from a larger home into a smaller home. I do have a lot of stuff. I don't want to get rid of everything. Well, this is going to allow you to keep a lot of that stuff while maintaining a nice, comfortable, flexible lifestyle. Now, for the grand finale, the backyard and the sunroom. Now for the question of the day. For those of you looking to move within the state of Maryland, you're already here, you want to move to a different part. What part do you want to move to? Do you want to move from the city, out of the city, from Baltimore County to Anne Arundel County, Annapolis to Frederick? Let me know in the comments. I'm extremely interested. Get an understanding of where people are moving within the state. Even better, give me a call, shoot me a text. All my information is right on the screen here. Looking forward to hearing from you. Now for the best part of the home, which is the sunroom. So this is an addition to this home, right? So if you see other homes in the area, you're gonna see that they're not as large because they have this. And this is actually square footage that is usable on an appraised value because it has heating and cooling. So this is absolutely a huge wide open space. So if you needed to create a playroom or you wanted to have it be your main living space, it has the ability to do so. And all the doors open so you can get some nice air coming in. You don't necessarily have to use the air conditioning or the heating. Just gives you a ton more flexibility, especially in a home that is a little on the smaller side, right? Depending on what level of your scale is, but maybe comparatively to some other single family homes, this might be on the smaller side, but this gives it the added flexibility, added square footage so that you can do more with the home. If you want to see more homes like this in and around Timonium or other areas, make sure you drop your name in the comments so that I can figure out what I need to show you, because that's the most important thing. So if you're looking to make a move, whether it's now or in the future, whether it's buying, selling, or investing, be sure to reach out to Kelly and I, and we'll be happy to help you do so. Hit that notification bell, subscribe below, and we will catch you on the next video.